Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the rinks here in Hauppauge, New York. The South Rink, to be specific, first of 6 games here tonight for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. I'm Brady Campbell. I'll be joined alongside the cameraman Wally Mitchell here for the first of 3 developmental hockey, the Northport Huntington Tigers and the Sachem Braves. Good evening once again. It's the 4th game of the season for both these teams as warm-ups have just concluded. And both these teams off to pretty darn good starts. Both 3-0-0. Separated by 0 points. Now if you want to break it down any further, technically Northport Huntington is in first right now. Sachem in third. It's very tight atop the developmental standings, but they're both right there neck and neck for Northport Huntington. It's really been the Giovanni DeMarco show so far. He has 10 goals in 3 games. 2 assists to go along with it, of course 12 points. 4-goal performance in the first game, an 8-4 victory over Longwood, and then put up hat-tricks in the next 2. On the other side, leading the way for Sachem, Mason Lovergene, 9 goals in 3 games, 1 assist to go along with it. He had a hat-trick in the first game, 8-6 win over Connecticut Sayville, and then a 5-4 victory over West Islip. He put up 4. That'll do it for pregame. We'll step aside for a quick break for the national anthem. When we come back, starting goalies and puck drop here for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. Well, technical difficulties cancel tonight's national anthem, but we're just about set for puck drop as one of the Tigers joins the fray here late. Accidentally wearing his navy blue jersey. He'll go to the locker room to swap that out, but we're just about set for puck drop. First, a look at the starting goalies for the visiting Braves, number 72. Santino Amarada has started all 3 so far. 4.67 goals against. Of course, he is undefeated, as is the man down the other end. Number 1, Evan Coggins. Started 2, appeared in 3, 1.99 goals against. 2-0-0 on the season. What's going to give tonight? Technically, of course, we could end in a tie, but we got a long ways to go before that will be decided. 3-0-0 Braves, 3-0-0 Tigers, puck down, and we are underway. The Tigers in the home white, Braves in the road gray. And Sachem starts off with possession here. Stumbling down his brace, and back the other way comes Northport Huntington. It's Schlendorf over the line. Centering pass picked off. Schlendorf has had himself a good start to the season as well. He's the Tigers' leader in assists with 6. 3 goals to go along with it. Keep an eye on him throughout this hockey game. Here he is, 87 in white. Joined alongside Giovanni DeMarco, number 91. Of course, we went through his numbers in the pregame, his goal-scoring ability. Sachem will clear, though, down the ice. No icing. And, or is it? A late whistle here as the puck kept going. Some of the players look confused as well. Looks to be an issue with the clock. As I look up at the scoreboard, 2 minutes, 15 seconds left. That was a quick period, and then adjusted, and we'll get that sorted out. So they put 14:15 on the clock, so 45 seconds gone. And of course the reason for the whistle, and now face-off here in the Tigers' end, and Zub wins it to himself. A quick shot on, right pad stop by Coggins. Wasting no time here after that face-off was Sachem, specifically Jackson Zub. Northport Huntington, though, will clear off the skate of Fussa. Fighting it down the ice, Graham Tumulty. Zub with another takeaway. Lost the handle, though, and Liam Coggins on it. And the giveaway just inside the blue line. Zub tries to bring it back in, and Coggins takes it away. Coggins stepped up on by Jesse Atkins. Across to Lovergene. Mason Lovergene, 9 goals on the season so far. Takes the shot in on goal, and Coggins steers it aside. And he locks up with Daniel Sessa, which now turns into a 2-on-2 battle. Zub trying to toe drag his way towards the front, could not. Gets by Atkins at the blue line and back out to center. Going to run after it here, Andrew Matarese. Tumulty fights it ahead. Coggins sweeps it deeper as 2 players collided in the high slot. That was Tumulty and Ryan. Both popping back up to their feet. Zub on it. Lovergene deflects it to the point. Held in, no. And the save was made anyway by Amarada. So he denied Sessa, who couldn't quite hold it in. This will give Sachem some time to make a change and dump it in. And that's just what Zub does. He's the last Brave off the ice. Sessa now starts up ice. Gets around one, steps in, and a standing save with the glove by Amarada. Little under 3 minutes gone here in period number 1. The only developmental game here on the schedule tonight. And a big one to start the season. And just game number 4 for both these squads. Finamore to the point. This time Sessa will hold it in and hammer it down the ice. Andrew McCarthy gets back on it. Finamore had someone step up on him, and it was fed towards the slot where it was forced just wide by McBrearty. Swept back out to center by Kyle Russo. And Sessa will bring it right back in. Navigates the offside. Throws it on goal. Just getting a piece of it. Amarada with the glove. Now a battle ensues in the near side corner. Gets worked free to the far side. Getting on it is Liam Ryan. Finamore tried to sweep it deeper. And with some help gets it behind Coggins. Wholesale change for Sachem. Pass up for McEllian. Picked off by Beltrani. Delayed offside. They touch up. Beltrani skates into it. To the circle. Beltrani a shot. Saved by Coggins. And he's got it with the glove. 2 of the better goalies not to mention here in developmental stage, doing battle here tonight. Between Amarada and Coggins, Amarada has started every game so far for Sachem, has been stellar. Coggins just 2 of the 3. Max Higbee, the backup here tonight, he's been outstanding as well when called upon. As I believe we have our game's first penalty coming up here against Sachem. As getting dumped down to the ice was Matarese. See who it's on. It looks like it's going to be Daniel Henn for roughing. And it is Hen skating off. First power play of the game goes to the Tigers. Tigers team that has put 8, 7, and 6 in that order. Goals up on the board so far this season. And here is DeMarco. Goes to the blue line. Held in. A shot will go wide. And DeMarco swept it right through the top of the slot there. Or excuse me, the top of the crease. No one was home on the other side. Sachem gets to it. And it's forced back out to center. Waiting on it there. A near giveaway meanwhile by Grish. Helped out by Schlendorf. DeMarco over the line. He's knocked off the puck. Great defensive play by Camden Collins. Schlendorf, though, in to help. Kept it alive. And now here he is. Nicholas Schlendorf from the circle. Tried to feed it through the slot out of the reach of James Maloney. And then his pass went past its intended target and down the ice. Grish, first one on it. Fired, banked down the ice. No icing here as it was going towards the net. Atkins will stop it and bank it right back down the ice halfway through this power play. And so far, not much here for the Tigers. Zub goes in on the penalty kill forecheck here as it's wrapped around to Maloney. And Maloney looking to just dump it off to Schlendorf. Tries to fight through two. Braves could not. Pass a bit too far ahead of Zub. Will end up on goal where Coggins is forced to cover. Good penalty kill so far for Sachem. They have not allowed Northport Huntington to do much of anything offensively. They constantly have been clearing the puck down the ice, forcing Coggins to play it. One forward here, but McCarthy steps up to hold it in. Zub to the circle, takes a shot, save Coggins, it trickles free. Still loose, wrap try. Coggins got over to deny that as well. More pressure, though, here for Sachem as it's fired wide by Lovergene, who had that try moments ago. 2 seconds and 1. Back to 5 aside. Zub to the slot. Save Coggins with the cuff of the glove. And Northport Huntington finally able to clear as their power play felt anything but. Now McCarthy tries to feed onto Zub. It got caught up in the skates of Sessa. The Tigers try to take back possession. Some miscommunication, though, forces it back in their own end. Finamore picked it off. Sessa hammers it out. And here's Liam Coggins. Pokes it ahead. The first one on it here will be Ayani. Here he is again. Coggins stripped him of the puck, followed up by McCarthy. And the puck sweeps right through the blue line where Kylie Russo will dump it down the ice. Now the Tigers look for the quick restart. Herman feeds it ahead, looking for Tumulty. It bounced off his stick. Hen will turn it around. Russo knocks it back out to center, and she got dumped down to the ice in the first penalty against Northport Huntington coming up here. Liam Coggins to the box, roughing the call. So Sachem gets their first power play of the game. Little past the halfway point of the first period, still scoreless now. Both teams with one power play opportunity. Sachem set to begin. The puck goes to the corner. It's DeMarco, first one on it. Steers it around the boards, and it came right to Schlendorf, who dumps it a bit further before Sachem will fight it back in. Owen Schoof goes around for Schlendorf. Puck held in. A shot on, save Coggins. Where is it? It's under him, and it stays out. He was unsure about that one, but he was able to trap it under his pads there, keep it out of the net. 29 seconds gone. Here on the power play for Northport and Huntington. And the Tigers try to spring a clear here. Couldn't do so initially, but then it's fought out by DeMarco. And DeMarco got a piece of that dumping attempt as well from Atkins. Tigers not making anything easy here for the Braves either on their power play. Matarese skates it out. Tried to fight through two Braves, could not. And Hen will fight it back in. Schoof plays it right back out. And Sachem making a change. DeMarco back on it. Watched by Zub. DeMarco on for Schlendorf. Now he joins the play. Schlendorf had it knocked off his stick. And back up starts McCarthy. As both defenders turned around, McCarthy takes the shot. Just getting a piece of it was Evan Coggins. Giveaway near the blue line. No, it hopped the stick and comes back out and down the ice. Getting on it, Joseph Fussa. He's taken to the boards, and then a big hit by McCarthy. Down the ice from the wrong side of the red line. It's an icing here against Sachem. More specifically against Jackson Zub, who took the brunt of that hit. Just 8 seconds left on the power play. And Sachem just able to fight it out, but that'll take care of the rest of the advantage for Sachem. So both teams 0 for 1 on the power play. And the Braves look to start ahead with it here after an unsuccessful attempt. Lovergene springs it out to center. Skated into, poked on by Liam Ryan. And then Ryan almost took the puck back there in the dangerous spot. Off the bench, Fussa. Played ahead, though, out to center. Ryan McBrearty had it knocked away from him. And Sessa will get back on it in his own end. Dumps it down the ice. McBrearty, and we get a whistle here. And I believe another penalty as one of the Sachem players did not quite see him jump on, but he touched the puck and jumped right off quickly. And it looks like we're going to get a too many players on the ice call. Or perhaps not. Nope, Fussa will go to the box. So it will be a power play here. Too many players for Sachem. So right back to the power play now goes Northport Huntington. And they win it. Sessa steps in. Didn't make it. Maloney. McCarthy nearly took it from him. Sessa stepped up though. Unable to kick it to his stick and slot with Schlendorf, and it gets played back out to center, and Griesch there waiting for it. Michael Griesch over the line. Turns Finamori around, who got a stick on it though. Maloney out to the point. Sessa steps into a shot well wide. Big rebound behind the net. DeMarco trying to center, is picked off. Giveaway though, and they score! A giveaway right to Maloney, and he made no mistake. A power play goal, and the Tigers strike first. This is one here that Sachem's going to want back. Just a backhand pass. Out of harm's way. Nope, into it. Right to Maloney, who's able to beat Amarada. Northport Huntington draws first blood here. Just under 4 minutes left in the first period. Brace had the puck taken away as he tried to start back in. And McBrearty brings it out. Now it's Carter Ames. Saucer pass, D to D. Matherise. Taken away. Back in comes Sachem. Kept away from Beltram. And now back in Matherise. Looking to add to this lead late in the period. Stumbles down to the ice as he backhands it deep. Bustamante keeps it moving. Back out to center. Quickly moved out of harm's way by Ames. Matherise just banks it ahead. Taken back by the captain, Camden Collins, who puts it in deep. Banked down the ice. Bruckner was waiting for it. Instead, it was played by McBrearty, but he had it taken away. And Sachem puts it right back in. Fired out. McCarthy waiting on it. Dumps it right back down the ice. Past Matherise. Those two players ahead while Sachem's in a defensive change, and here they come. It's Bruckner. Good back check, though, by Lovergene. And then Lovergene fights through. Lines up a slapper. That goes wide. Maloney's second goal of the season. This one coming on the power play. It's a big one for the Tigers. Has them in front 1-0. Back in comes Sachem 2-on-2. Here's a chance. Pass across. Lovergene stopped by Coggins. Lovergene had all the time in the world here to pick his spot. Coggins, though, able to get across, make himself big. Squeezes that one tightly. And gets the whistle. A huge stop here late in the first period. Bustamante, some miscommunication there. And Tumulty over skates. He had Liam Coggins up the ice. Now it's Herman puts it in deep. Bustamante. Now Zub, who made that great pass across to Lovergene moments ago on that chance. McCarthy finds the loose puck. McCarthy works into the circle and scores! Oh, how about that shot? Andrew McCarthy ties the game at 1. Finds the loose puck in the neutral zone, pinned along the kick plane, and does it himself here. Top cheddar with that one. And a big goal for Sachem, just 92 seconds left in the period. So can the Tigers respond? They come right back in. DeMarco trying to kick it to a stick, could not. Maloney gets to it. Goes behind. DeMarco will take it. Has Sessa up top. Gives it to him. Has some time and room. Steps into a shot. Blocked in front. Fussa trying to shake that one off. Now it's Sachem with potential numbers here if they push it. Atkins just offside. Unable to hold the line, Finamore. Ayani wins the ensuing faceoff and puts it deep. First one on it, Matherise. Checked by Fussa, who takes the puck away here in the final minute. Gave it up, though, and here's Michael Griesch. Off the boards, Maloney tips it ahead. Could be a 2-on-1. Schlendorf going towards the goal. DeMarco swings it wide. Holding it in and moving it down low. Griesch, Fussa chips it behind the goal. Kept alive, though. Schlendorf with under 30 left. Takes it towards the front. A backhand try just missed. He had his stick checked as he let it go. Cross ice feed. Great vision that time for a shot on. In and out of the glove of Amarada. Still a loose puck. Centering pass. Put right back down behind the net. On top of the apron. Just 5 left in the period. Schlendorf Calls of shoot from the crowd. He's unable to get it towards the front, and that will do it for the end of the first period. And what a period it was, back and forth. Each team with a goal. We'll step aside for a quick break here and be back for the second in just a moment. You're tuned in to the Suffolk County High School Hockey League on LI Sports Network. And we are back for the start of period number 2 on LI Sports Network. Developmental hockey action here for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League. Brady Campbell alongside Wally Mitchell. The first period, 2 total goals, 1 for each side. A power play goal from James Maloney, and then Andrew McCarthy tied things up for Sachem in the latter stages of the period. That's where we stand. McCarthy back in, but that's offside, as Brace didn't quite clear the zone yet. First and only developmental game here tonight. We'll have 2 JV games here on the South Ring coming up next. As here's Hen. Puts it down, Brace. Watched by Sessa, and Sessa wrestled the puck away. To the point, gets by Hen down the ice. Will it have enough juice for icing? It will not. Angling towards Amarada, but settles down before it could get there. And McCarthy will keep it moving. And comes back out past Coggins. Sessa flips it on goal as the Tigers touch up. Takeaway by Coggins, puts it in deep. And goes to work. A shot from the point. Blockered away by Amarada. There's Sessa who took it. And flipped just beyond the blue line, where Sessa takes it back. Had his stick lifted by Brace. Followed up by McCarthy. Couple players bumping into each other, spilling down to the ice. Brace angles it towards the net. Coggins will cover. Faked like he wanted to play that. Gets the whistle. Both teams will make changes here. With 13:40 left in the second period. And it looks like Northport Huntington is 1 player short. So we'll bring 1 more onto the ice. In the form of Nolan Bruckner. And the faceoff, 1 forward centering pass towards the front. Lovergene spins 1 on goal, and Sachem scores. Zub was in front, not sure if he got the touch. Sachem takes their first lead of the game. Zub once again able to win an offensive zone faceoff to himself. Don't believe he got the touch. It looks like it will be Lovergene's goal. We'll wait for the official scorer. Either way, though, Sachem goes in front 2-1. The Tigers find themselves trailing for the first time tonight. it in deep, and then Sachem forces it right back out. Look out here. Down the ice comes Atkins. They'll catch up to it in the corner, centers it in front. Not sure if the shot was on goal, but Coggins was ready for it nonetheless. Now the Tigers will try and slow things down just a bit. Bustamante will feed it right back in, just shy of the red line. Gets the benefit of the doubt from the linesman. And Matheris gave it away. Zub. Well, the game he's had so far. Tries to fight his way through a couple checkers. Spills down to the ice, and it's swept out of the zone by Bruckner. Right back in Hen. With his teammates touching up. He'll play it to the corner and head off for a change. Tigers try to spring it ahead quickly. McBrearty from the red line puts it in and puts his mouthpiece in as well. Now heads off for a change. Ayani on for Finamore. Taken away and stuck right back down the ice by Grish. Hen up the boards. Maloney waiting for it. He had his stick lifted, however, by Russo, and Russo springs it ahead for Finamore. Sessa with the takeaway. Takes it behind his own net, looking for Maloney's stick. Gets by him, and here's DeMarco. Does he have another one in him here? DeMarco just tries to center it. Didn't make it through. Maloney kept it alive. Down for DeMarco. In tight. Tried to stuff it. Could not. And getting the whistle, Amarada. Good offensive shift that time, though, by the Tigers as they try and push for that equalizer. Still early in the second period. And they give that goal to Zub. So they give it to Zub from Lovergene. And so for Jackson Zub, that would be goal number 2 on the season. If at all that gets changed, Lovergene would reach double digits. He's already at 9 coming into this game. Him and DeMarco of Northport Huntington have lit up the scoreboard. Back in come the Tigers. Schlendorf couldn't fight his way through. McCarthy on for Collins. Off the boards and down the ice. A near giveaway here. Worked out though for the Tigers, at least for the moment. Right back in Atkins. Towards the net, Lepet's a big rebound. And ooh, look out, unable to handle it cleanly and get it back on goal was Clark Beltram. He took a awkward looking spill into the boards, but he's okay. Maloney back in for DeMarco. DeMarco takes the shot, too tall. DeMarco again tries to center, gets by Maloney. To the blue line it comes, slap shot. Not getting much on it that time was Grish. And back out comes Sachem. Maloney trying to fight it away from Beltram, who kept it alive. Flip back out by the Tigers. Zub waits for his teammates to touch up. Brings it back in. Still with it. Zub, what a move. Trying to get the shot away. And he was checked by DeMarco as he did. McCarthy waiting for it, holds it in. Under 10 minutes left here in the second. Big collision in the near side half wall. Works its way free for Schlendorf. Schlendorf looking for the toe drag, lost it. Kept it away though from McCarthy, draws a couple defenders. So he puts it on goal and the referees will get Amarada to keep it moving. Zub picking up steam through neutral ice. Here comes Jackson Zub to the circle save, Coggins. And the Tigers will try and clear it out, and they do. Another big save for Coggins. Right back in though, Sachem. Another try, score! Well, it didn't work out the first time, but they get it that time, and it is Mason Lovergene. So that will certainly get him to his 10th goal of the season as he picked it up in neutral ice. Found his way in practically on a partial breakaway there down the wing. High blocker on Coggins. And he's got a goal and an assist tonight. First 2-goal lead of the hockey game for either side. Now for Sachem. Tigers trying to answer right back. Taken to the corner, however, and fed around the boards by Hen. Russo couldn't fight it out to center, and Graziosi will try to center the puck. It was picked off. Clearing attempt, though, held in and put right back into the corner. Centering pass knocked down by Bustamante. Fans on the clearing attempt. Puck still available. Couple players going to work there in the near side circle, and eventually comes free for Hen. Hen has a step, tries to cut back. That's when he lost the handle of the puck. And it's taken back here by Connor Kristen. Kristen stretches it on. Graziosi fights through Hen. Here he comes, takes the shot on, save Emirata, and he'll jump on the rebound to get the whistle. So once again, after giving up the goal, the Tigers coming back with more pressure here, unable to get one just yet. Here's just before that third goal for Sachem, the chance from Zub that was stopped by Coggins. Big save there. Kept it a 1-goal game at least for the moment. It's been a goaltender's duel thus far. Faceoff will be to the right here of Santino Amarada. Holding it in was Sessa. Sticked away by Amarada. McCarthy ties up with Herman. Coggins in there as well. It's a 3-on-1 battle. Coggins might get called for a penalty here as he was not quite playing the puck, and we'll see if they just take him or if McCarthy's guilty as well. It might be on both of them. It looks like it is. And we'll see if we play 4-on-4. It's roughing penalties. As Coggins and McCarthy got tied up with each other. They'll stay 5 aside. Sessa loads one up, off a leg in front. It looked like it perhaps hit Collins. Fussa gets to it halfway through the hockey game. 3-1 lead for Sachem between these two undefeated squads here in the early going, both 3-0. Atkins just onside, drags and shoots, blocked. Schoof got a piece of it. Centering pass from Fussa gets through the Collins, and he puts it down into the corner. Herman around the boards. Beltram got upended, and the puck swept back out to neutral ice, where Atkins waits on it. Off the stick of Beltram and deep. And the near giveaway here is Brace. Couldn't get by Sessa. To the blue line. Fussa waiting for it. Towards the goal. Deflected down. A shot on. Great defensive stick. Coggins aggressive there as well. The puck got deflected in front, and that was centering pass. They score. Edward Brace makes it 4-1 Sachem. Moments after another great defensive stand, this is Beltram. Eyes up. The centering pass to Brace, who fires it home. And Evan Coggins plays half the game tonight, and he'll sub out for Max Higbee. Higbee wearing number 35 tonight for the Tigers with a 2.73 goals against. He is 1-0 on the season. DeMarco trying to answer right back, just shot it wide. Once again, pressure from the Tigers after giving up the goal. Bustamante goes hard around. Ryan waiting for it, takes a check. Just able to get it back out. Back in come the Tigers. There's a Schlendorf. DeMarco was open in the slot. He couldn't get it to him as he was double teamed. And Sachem gets it out. Ryan once again. 5.5 left in the second. 4-1 lead for Sachem. 4 unanswered. Here's Ryan. Sticks it behind the net. Matarese just out of his reach. He'll catch up to it. Lovergene, though, in on the forecheck. Brace from Beltram, the latest goal. Both players being McCarthy and Coggins still in the box. Meanwhile, for both sides, as DeMarco will catch up to this. DeMarco takes it wide, puts on the brakes, centers it one more just out of the reach of Schlendorf. It was a bit behind him as Maloney tried to make the extra pass. Back the other way, Sachem. Here's Atkins, takes it wide. Bumped off the puck for a moment, though, stays with it, tries to stuff it. Centering pass, and they score. And it's the second of the game for Jackson Zub. The fake stuff attempt there, the little saucer to the front. And Zub just able to lift it past the glove of Higbee to extend the Sachem lead. What a period it's been for the Braves. And looks like something is up with Nolan Bruckner's equipment, so he'll go to the bench for the time being. Herman will replace him. And back in comes Northport Huntington as they look to dial up the pressure once again. They've had some good shifts after giving up goals, but they've been unable to convert, and Sachem has done great in transition. Ayani hit his own teammate Hen. And it's backhanded outward, stuck right back into the attacking zone by Sessa. Takeaway, Herman in front, scores! Big goal for the Tigers to get back into it. Herman takes advantage of the takeaway. It's 5-2. And that's a tough play that time. Ayani, I'm sure the coaching staff will talk to him after that one. Centered it to his own slot area. That is why it's developmental hockey, though. He'll learn quickly, I'm sure. But credit to Herman as he's able to go high blocker, make it 5-2. Sachem now looking to get that goal right back. Atkins fanned on the shot. Still ends up at the side of the goal where Sessa tries to keep it moving. Lovergene kept it alive. Parked right in front of it was Collins. Great recovery by Sessa. Lovergene couldn't get a stick on it. Fussa held it in. And it's cleared back out. Atkins from the red line fires it around. In the race for it, Lovergene wins it, puts it deeper. Wrapped around the boards. Fussa swings in front, look out. All alone, stopped by Higbee. A massive save to keep it a 3-goal game. Beltram finds himself wide open. Got a good look and a huge stop for Higbee and his team with 3:07 left here in the middle frame. Back to the point, Hen shot blocked down. DeMarco. He has speed, kicked it though, and then lost his balance as he tried to go skate to stick there as the puck wouldn't quite come with him. Right back in come the Tigers. Nope, good play by Hen at the blue line. Now Hen looking for offense. Drops it to Zub. Zub missed wide. He's already looking for a hat trick. Centers the pass. McCarthy down the slot. Got it through. Higbee the save. Two and a half left here in the second. Zub tries to stuff it. Goes right through the crease. DeMarco fishes it out. And he starts up ice. Giovanni DeMarco. Nice feed towards the slot. Getting stood up though was Schlendorf before he could get a shot away. And Zub took Mather Reese hard into the boards, and Sachem will clear. Schlendorf couldn't quite get it out. Great effort to hold it in by Zub. He goes for a well-deserved change. Under 2 minutes left here in the second. Two players spilled down to the ice. Ryan and Matarese. DeMarco. Long shift here for him. Settles things down behind his own net. Feeds it up for Matarese. Maloney deflects it down the ice. Atkins back on it. Taken away. Trying to catch it. And doing so. What a save! In the Scorpion. Keeping it out, Amarada on Schlendorf. A huge play in the possible momentum-shifting goal for Northport Huntington. Sachem able to clear here. Schlendorf on it. Tries to give it to DeMarco. He was checked by Russo. Russo keeps it moving. Maloney back on it here in the final minute. Schlendorf. We'll try it again. Schlendorf down the slot. Knocked away by Atkins. To the corner it goes. As the Tigers make some changes. It comes free to Marco. Tough angle try. Whiffed on the shot. And McCarthy with 20 left. No penalty behind the play. Tripping call. And it looks like going to the power play once again will be the Tigers. Atkins off. And the chance here, with just 20 seconds left in the period, if not to start the third. With a chance here for Northport Huntington to get back, right back into this game. Trailing by 3 as of right now. Comes back to the blue line. Shot towards the goal, blocked by Collins. Kept alive though, centering pass, comes all the way through, 10 left. Shot towards the goal, save Amarada, and he'll cover. With 5.7 on the clock. Do it again from the left now of Amarada. One more try towards the goal, blocked down, and another try blocked again, and that will do it for the second. A great second period for Sachem as they score 4 unanswered up until the goal for Herman, which keeps this a pretty close game going into the third where anything can happen. The final 15 on the way next. We still have 1:40 of power play time left for Northport Huntington as well. We'll take a brief timeout and be back for the third for the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on LI Sports Network. And we're back here on LI Sports Network, 5-2. Sachem to start the third period of play here on LI Sports Network. Minute and 40 seconds of power play time for Northport Huntington, trailing by 3. It was a 1-1 game after 1. 4 straight from Sachem put them up 5-1. A late goal by Northport Huntington keeps the game alive for them as Sessa fires it wide. But this power play, still early, obviously, in the third, as it just started, but still almost does feel like a must score. Of course, you saw the replay going into the intermission as well, and that ridiculous save by Santino Amarada on the breakaway for Nicholas Schlendorf. Otherwise, things could be a lot tighter. DeMarco halfway through the power play. Schlendorf. Collins goes around the board. Sessa hustling to it, holds it in. Daniel Sessa tries to move it down low, picked off. He got a stick on it though. Held it in again, at least for the moment. McCarthy trying to clear and does. Here's DeMarco back in. Took a hit from Beltran. And that allows Sachem to clear. Collins will send it the length of the ice. Matheris banks it down the ice. Look out here. Schlendorf. No, we have a penalty upcoming here against Northport Huntington. That'll do it for the final 10 of the power play. As we'll skate 4 aside for 10 seconds. And then a golden opportunity for Sachem to get that goal back and go back up by 4. DeMarco off for tripping. Of course, that hurts Northport Huntington as well. Their best goal scorer so far here this season is out for 2 minutes, what they hope is 2 minutes. Don't want to give up the goal, of course. 1 second left before Sachem goes to the power play after the icing. And out of the box comes Atkins. He goes to the bench for a quick change, and it's a power play for the Braves. Lovergene trying to center. Zoob save. Higbee's turning, and it's under him. And he gets the whistle. Jackson Zoob, another golden opportunity. Face-off win here defensively for Northport Huntington. Comes to the blue line, just back out. Ryan will settle things down. Chipped right back on. Zoob plays it to an open corner of the ice past Coggins, and then tries to play it deep, and Herman has had himself a solid game. Takes the puck away and clears it. Back on it is Fussa. Feeds it hard on to Ryan. Lovergene. Zoob follows it up and puts it in deep, hustling after it Schoof. 50 seconds left on the Sachem power play. And it's cleared back out. Bustamante put it in his own teammate's skates as Lovergene tried to go to the bench. Zoob fires it in. He and Bustamante will go for a change. Herman off the boards to himself and out, and then off the glass again and down the ice. He'll head off. Applying the forecheck will be McBrearty. Near giveaway here off the bench. Tumulty gets to it. McBrearty, a shot deflected off a defender of Sachem and went wide. Center back towards the front. Backhand try, didn't go. Some shorthanded pressure here from Northport Huntington, which will kill the remainder of the Sachem power play. DeMarco back on the ice, and we're back to 5 aside. Right in front. Backhand try. Save made. Rebound still loose. Chip towards the front. Another centering pass. Didn't make it. That pass towards the slot. Just on the wrong side of McBreary. Matarese hammers one. That hit one of the Sachem players who's down in a little bit of pain and now finally getting back to his feet and will skate off the ice. And he'll get a change in as Sachem finally clears and they'll look to go on the attack. Matarese gets to it. McCarthy sticks it in deep. Sessa waiting for it there. Atkins holds it in. Watched by DeMarco. Tigers get the puck back. Sessa knifing his way through. Backhand shot. Save made. And centering pass didn't make it there. McBrearty pokes out. Matarese winds up a shot. Blocked. DeMarco knocked off his stick by Atkins. He stays with it though. Matarese holds it in for the moment until it's cleared back out by Collins. Pressure for Northport Huntington here. DeMarco through neutral ice into the zone. DeMarco loads up a shot blocked by Atkins. He's had DeMarco's number here tonight. Puck goes behind the net. McCarthy. It's deflected out to Beltram, who tried to swing it across for Brace. It's defended nicely there, and DeMarco trying to settle the puck will bring it back in. 1-on-3 here, gave the puck away, and Brace clears it down the ice. And this will be an icing. .9:23 left. Aided by that power play, it seems a lot of momentum right now is with Northport Huntington as they try and climb back into it with 9:23 on the clock. Faceoff will be to the left of Amarada. They've had chances over the last couple of shifts. Right back out though comes Zub. Zub flying to the circle, shot deflects over the net, big rebound, they score! How about that bounce off the glass right to Lovergene? He's got his team leading 11th on the season to make it 6-2. A great defensive stick here by Creech on the Zub shot, but takes a perfect Sachem hop off the end glass there right to Lovergene. He's able to pot it in. So after all those chances for Northport Huntington, once again in transition, it's Sachem. And here's Lovergene again. Tries to center right through the top of the crease there, and Ryan will get to it. Bustamante couldn't quite hold it in, delayed offside. Back out it comes. And Sachem now. Don't feel like they're in a pretty good spot here, but Hen with a nice move wants another. Hen with the cutback and fired it high. It was a great individual effort that time. Just didn't quite have the finish. Reish fights it back out to center ice. In this battle of undefeated teams here through 3 games. And barring a big comeback here, it looks like Sachem will keep that 0 in the loss column. Tigers making some changes as Sachem brings it back in. Ayani got checked. Comes back out for McCarthy. Gains the red. Now the blue. Andrew McCarthy from the circle. Centers it towards the front. It was on goal. It was stopped and covered by Higbee. Face off to the right here of Max Higby. With half a period left. The 4-goal lead restored for Sachem as it's cleared on to Liam Coggins. Good stick defensively by McCarthy. Here comes in again. Coggins moving in, scores! And so the Tigers not quite done just yet. It's Liam Coggins on the breakaway. Looked like he nearly had one moments ago. This time with the stick lift on McCarthy, able to turn that into a partial breakaway, and looks like he puts that right under the arm of Amarada. A huge goal for Northport Huntington. The only issue tonight for them has been, can they get the next one? Of course, that stretch throughout most of the second, it was Sachem one after another. And when the Tigers have gotten one, Sachem has had the answer. Coggins, goal number 2 on the season. Down the ice it goes, and this is Collins for Sachem. Gets it by Tumulty. Sessa will step into a shot, hit a stick and went wide. Now Sachem looking to clear, held in. Matheris went to take the shot, it goes wide. Tumulty tries to steer it towards the goal. Poked away, Sessa pinches in, gets towards the slot there, the high slot, knocked out by Atkins. What a game he's having. He moves in. Now looking for offense. Couldn't get a shot on. Great defense, Sessa. And then his centering pass knocked behind the goal. This is cleared out. And Tumulty back in. That's Herman driving towards the goal. Now he's finally able to swing it towards the net. But the only one there was Atkins. He just pokes it into the attacking zone and heads off for a much needed change as he skated the distance on that shift. Pass on for William Graziosi. Trying to center just out of the reach of McBrearty as we're at 5.5 left. This will likely be icing against Sachem as it misses the net, goes all the way down. On the Tigers. Trying to keep that one out of the loss column. Still, of course, be in pretty good shape at 3-1. Still a great start to the season. Although that tie with Sachem and a couple others at the top of the standings will soon be no more as they'll drop a game back. Zub on for Lovergene. Zub's wide open if Lovergene can get it to him. By the time he can, he was covered and he played it behind the goal anyway. Both those guys sitting on 2 goals tonight. Lovergene might technically have the hat trick, although one of his possible goals was given to Zub. Zub touched it before it went in the goal. Here is Lovergene to Zub. Takes the shot. Looks like he hit his own teammate. Lovergene center. Zub denied by Higby. Somehow that pass got through and a great stop by Higby. The goaltending for both teams exceptional so far here tonight, as expected, as advertised. Face-off one forward by DeMarco. Couldn't quite bring it with him. Maloney left it behind. DeMarco was checked. Zubline will stay out there. Top line against top line here. Maloney's got a goal tonight. He's got the steal there. Well, fighting back is Fussa. And DeMarco emerges from that scrum with the puck. Wrap try comes to the front, a shot blocked, and then Zub saved a goal by chipping it away from Maloney, who had a wide open net. Schlendorf had the initial opportunity that he was able to get on goal. Then he's stapled to the glass. Penalty upcoming here against Sachem. See what the official call is. There was a form of boarding, if you will. And that's DeMarco also going. It's a cross check against him and then a rough against DeMarco. Didn't hear the ref yelling after the whistle. I didn't quite see what, but it looks like 91. With a tough penalty there as his team was going to the power play. Now it doesn't look like it. We'll stay 5-a-side. Puck left there to Multi, tries to get it towards the front, comes back to him, centering pass, doesn't make it through. And Atkins starts out with it. Here he's over the line, 1-on-3. Just gives it away with the pass, and now Coggins out of his reach. Fussa knocked away. Looking for a penalty, Matarese, as he stumbled down to the ice. Didn't get one. Herman got it around Fussa. Has Tumulty driving towards the goal. The centering pass makes it through the Coggins, whose shot gets muffled on the way to Amarada, who will cover. .309 remaining. Northport Huntington will be in action on the 22nd next 6 p.m. against Connecticut Gold. For Sachem, looks like they'll keep their undefeated record into October 25th, 6:30 p.m. against East Islip Black. Back in Matarese. Over the line, takes the shot. They made the big rebound, cleared away. More pressure from the Tigers. Centering pass towards the front. It doesn't go. Losing his stick, Amarada. Not sure if he kept it out. Meanwhile, to the bench goes Higbee, and it's an empty net. Now a chance for McCarthy. Didn't take the shot. Instead tried to make a move and had it taken away. Defense in the change for Sachem. Schlendorf back in. Puts it behind the goal. Centering pass. Sessa scores! Daniel Sessa hammers it into the net. And it's an empty net goal, keeping the Tigers alive at 6-4. Boy, he's had a few of those slap shots here tonight. This time, probably the closest one to the net he's had. And he wired it. Now it looks like we have timeout Northport Huntington. So look to discuss things. Is it too early to look at these standings? No, it's never too early to look at the standings. Of course, we mentioned these two teams undefeated. Tigers technically in first, the Braves in third. West Islip Gold is actually 3-1-0 with an extra game played. And then you have KPC Gold, Longwood, with slightly worse records than that, but it looks like Sachem will jump up to that top spot here in developmental. Although, as Lee Corso would say, and as Northport Huntington says right now, not so fast. This is now a 2-goal game with 2:01 left. We're set up for a great finish here. So back in his net after the timeout is Higbee. Tigers bring it back in. Coggins steers it down low. Higbee back to the bench. Extra attacker on. Comes to the far side. Half wall held in. Sachem leading by 2. Herman gets to it. Luke Herman swings it in front. No one could get a stick on it. Sessa steps up towards the net, blocked. Turn back on, goal, and Amarada got a piece, and the rebound was just out of the reach of Herman. Backhand try, rides up Amarada, and he's able to cover. Tigers ramping up the pressure here. And the Tiger faithful saluting their team as they try to complete an epic comeback. They still need 2, though, in the final 82 seconds. Tumulty goes off. Coggins, Matherise, Herman, DeMarco, Sessa, and Schlendorf. Face a 1 to Coggins. He scores! 1 goal game. Second of the night for Coggins. 1:19 remaining. DeMarco and Herman switch. DeMarco takes the draw. Schlendorf, meanwhile, out of frame, wasn't even set yet. They win it to the one-timer for Coggins. High blocker through traffic. Timeout, Sachem. What a hockey game. 1-1 after 1. Sachem scores 4 unanswered throughout the early and middle portions of the second to go up 5-1. Northport gets one back late in the second. It's 5-2 going to the third. Sachem got one to go back up by 4. They led this game 6-2, and we are now at a 6-5 score with just 1 minute and 19 seconds on the clock. Out of the timeout, face-off back at center ice. And here we go. It's Beltran, though, for the Braves. Starts ahead. Matherise took the puck away. They got to start up ice to get the goalie out of the net. Herman down the ice. DeMarco chips it around McCarthy, but great recovery that time by Atkins. 1 minute remaining. Sessa off the stick of Zub. DeMarco, though, brings it in. To the bench goes Higbee. DeMarco on goal. It's covered. And the offensive zone face-off for Northport Huntington. 45.7 on the clock. 6-on-5 for the Tigers. Face off to the right of Amarada. And DeMarco tries to win it back. He gets back to his feet, comes to the point, held in for a moment, followed up though by Sachem, and Zub will flip it down the ice. No icing. It will not make it to the empty net. DeMarco chips it around one. DeMarco trying to bring it with him, poked off his stick. 20 left. Just trying to pin it now is Sachem. 2-on-2 battle, 15 left. Everyone joins in, and everyone's playing the body now. And after the whistle, some more pushing and shoving. Of course, desperation time for the Tigers, and they just drove into the corner, at least 3 of them, trying to knock the Sachem player off the ice. So there are penalties. Is there only one? Lovergene's headed off for a rough, and that's it. 6-on-4 for Northport Huntington. 13.2 on the clock, and it looks like the Sachem coaching staff wants to talk things over, or looks like the faceoff might be moved out of the zone here. Nope, they're going to bring it back in, which I believe is the right call, especially with it looks like the only penalty being against Sachem, as the puck was pinned to the corner when it happened. So 6-on-4, 13.2 left. Face-off win for the Tigers. Shot blocked. Goes behind the goal. Atkins trying to pin it. Behind the net still. Pops out, one last save, and that'll do it. Sachem hangs on. Boy, did it live up to the billing or what? (6-5) the final in a thrilling final 5 minutes of this hockey game. It looked like Sachem would be on their way to a very solid, convincing victory over another great team on the other side, but as expected, the Northport Huntington Tigers have plenty of fight left in them, and this one from a 4-goal game to a 1-goal game in the blink of an eye, and could have very easily been tied. But in the end, it will be Sachem, who remains undefeated at 4-0, and the Tigers of Northport Huntington will drop to 3-1. Well, we'll all catch our breath here, and we'll be back momentarily for JV hockey. Gonna be hard to beat this one, but we'll see. It's Ward Melville and Smithtown Hauppauge JV Red up next. Thank you so much for tuning in. For Wally Mitchell on the camera, I'm Brady Campbell signing off. The final score, the Sachem Braves 6 and the Northport Huntington Tigers 5 in regulation. You have been tuned into the Suffolk County High School Hockey League here on the LI Sports Network.